The march today actually has gone really well. I'm very pleased with the turnout. We don't have a very accurate estimate of the number of people, but I estimate we got at least twice as many as we were expecting. So I'm very pleased with the turnout. We had a beautiful day, so that of course helps. But I think it's heartening to us because we, as a lot of us as scientists, we organize this in our capacity as private citizens. We're concerned about what's going on around the world, but we also, there's a possibility that no one else would care. The fact that so many people showed up demonstrates to us that we're not alone. There are other people that care about, that are troubled by what's going on in the world right now. As far as we know, we are the only march in Switzerland. At least we're the largest march in Switzerland. There was some talk of a couple of other ones, but as far as we know, we are the only march in Switzerland. So the idea for the march overall the tipping point, let's say, was the presidential election last year in the United States. But that's not the only reason. That was a tipping point, but the anti-scientific trends and the rhetoric and the policies that we're seeing around, this seems to be a trend around the world. So even though the election in the United States may have been a tipping point, these trends have been going on for quite some time. And so the worldwide trends, you can understand why there would be marches in the United States. And so you might ask, why are we having a march in Geneva, Switzerland? Isn't Switzerland great for scientific funding? And in fact, it is. But Geneva is a shining example of what humanity can do when it's allowed to come together across national lines, across ethnic lines, to really do big, open, inclusive science for the good of humanity. And so we're using our march to do two things. The March for Science Geneva, the intention is to do, number one, stand in solidarity with all of the marches, hundreds of marches around the world, because we recognize, Geneva is a very international city. Many of us are coming from we work here, and we're coming from governments all over, or from nations all over the world. But so we stand in solidarity with them to say that, to affirm that science is essential to a healthy society, but also we get a chance to celebrate Switzerland and Geneva as great examples of robust funding, public funding of science, of basic science funding. And so, we have kind of two goals with this march, and I think we've accomplished them since we have so many people coming from all over Switzerland to this one march in Geneva.